I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Have you joined the fastest growing fantasy motorsports app yet? On Grid Rival, you can join leagues with your friends and manage your own fantasy team on what race fans are calling, hands down, the best fantasy motorsport app out there. F1 and MotoGP leagues are now live for the 2021 season. Joining a league on Grid Rival will make every race more exciting, more engaging, and of course, more competitive. Download Grid Rival now on your iPhone or Android smartphone. Grid Rival is an unofficial application and not associated with Formula One, MotoGP, or any of their athletes.
I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Hello, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Red Bull Ring, Salzburg, Austria, where tonight the stars and cars of the Indy Pro 2000 series will take on the Red Bull Ring. My name is Chris Graham with the National Racing Network. It is a pleasure to have you joining us this evening. Joining the booth tonight, as always, by James Watson and Sebastian Kinder. This track 2.6 miles in length, about a half mile in altitude. We'll tell you a little bit more about the racetrack as we get ready to roll on here. Let's take a look as qualifications already underway. Pick up Mike Holler as he's working his way around the race course. Holler working on his outlap, and James Sebastian will bring you guys in on this one here. First visit or maybe second visit here for the Indy Pro 2000 series to the Red Bull Ring. I guess first, it's new for 2021 Season 3. Hey, James, we'll come to you first. How do you adjust yourself to learning a new track, trying to get as many laps as possible on it? And oh, by the way, you got to be competitive with guys like Greg Seitz.
Well, the good thing about this track is it's not too difficult, in all honesty. It's actually a really easy circuit to get your head around. And if you're a huge sim racer, you probably have a buttload of experience here on all the F1. So, yeah, it's not going to take these guys, especially the top tier talent we have in tonight, very long to get used to the track. I know it didn't take me long to get used to it when I had my first iRace here a couple of days ago, which actually wasn't in the PM18 in the official series. It was actually a Pro 2 off-road truck for the Nitro Circus. So yeah, If you can learn it in a truck, you can learn it in one of these.
And Sebastian, let's bring you in on the discussion here as well, because the reality of things is everybody is sort of competing for best in class here tonight when you're talking about running against Greg Seitz. The guy's been just absolutely phenomenal, not only this season, but over the last couple of years.
Hang on, I'm still looking for my box for a superlative, and I still can't find one for Greg Seitz. Dropping that old jokes aside, yeah, I mean, Greg has been very good. Last time we were on the road course, which was Okayama, if I remember correctly, and now, as you said, it's like you have multiple tiers. Like Greg Seitz is God tier, then we have A tier, B tier, C tier. To join it on the little discussion about Red Bull Ring, learning the track, actually, it's not that different of a novel. Hang on. Unlike a novel, it doesn't have many left turns. It's mostly right turns. And Jacques Villeneuve, during the 2021 broadcast of the Austrian Grand Prix, actually revealed that he and Williams in 1997 used an oval configuration for this track. They completely said, oh, well, there's just a few left turns. We're just concentrating on right turns.
It's an interesting thought process as we start to see some of the lap times coming in. Nikita Lastochkin, one of the real-world drivers of these cars, running in the race here tonight. Quick lap time at a 1:27.74. Following along here with Greg Seitz and Lastochkin going quicker here on lap number 2 as well. But back to the point on Greg Seitz here. We're only 4 weeks into the season, and he has a 100-point lead over Mitch Green. In 4 weeks, he's got 9 starts, 8 wins, 8 top 5, 6 poles, average start of second, average finish of third. He's led 196 of the 285 laps completed, and he has a total of 8 incidents. And that's including car contacts, which could be, that could be a 4X kind of right off the bat here. I'm not sure what else we can say about Greg Seitz other than wow, but let's see what he's going to do coming around here to put lap number 1 on the board. And no surprise, moves to the top of the charts, 1 minute 26.889. Mike Haller going to hold on to second, 127.275. So about 0.4 of a second difference here from Greg Seitz to Mike Haller. Still have a couple of cars out on the racetrack here to complete their laps. Rui Coimbra, let's pick him up here. Name we haven't called yet this season. In fact, we didn't call it last season on the broadcasts either. Carrying the number 2 plate here, just finishing up lap number 2 in qualifications. 9th quick, and 1 1/4 seconds back at Greg Seitz for the quick lap time. He improves but does not gain a position. 1 minute 28.12 seconds. Last cars to complete laps are going to be Greg Seitz and Dylan Kratzky. Kratzky did not score on lap number 1. He's going to have to try to get lap number 2 on the board here.
Yeah, what's going to be important is those track limits.
And that's something that will catch drivers out over the course of the race here as Seitz makes his way down the home straightaway. He goes quicker at the top of the charts, 1 minute 26.65. He found 2/10 and went slower than the first lap in Sector 3. The man is absolutely unreal. Kratzky was able to get a lap in here, 1 minute 27.87. John Dinkle, unfortunately, does not get a lap scored in the 2 laps that he's turned. So he will have to start this race shotgun on the field.
You know, now that I think about it, I actually recognize Rui's name. I've raced against him a bunch in the production car challenge. He's very, very, very good with a Miata, let me tell you that.
See if he's going to be able to translate that into success here on the PM18 side of things. And while we have a second here with qualifying wrapping up, I want to give a shout out to our regular competitor in the series here. Used to seeing this guy on Thursday nights, Frank Nguyen, getting his second dose of the we'll say the beer vaccine, and can't get demonetized for saying that word. Anyway, he got the second dose of the shot and feeling pretty significantly under the weather due to it. So, Frank, feel well soon, brother. Thank you for starting to look out for everybody here. And let's get you the starting lineup here for tonight's Indy Pro 2000 official series event. 16 cars going to make up the grid. Actually, 32 cars registering tonight. Going to be 2 splits of 16 and 16. Let's take a look here and trying to find, there we go. Greg Seitz going to be your pole sitter this evening. What a fantastic camera shot that is. Hold up here. What a fantastic shot from Connor Baldwin, our camera designer extraordinaire. Here is your starting grid. Greg Seitz, Mike Holler going to make up row number 1. Andy Corsa and Nikita Lastochkin will be on row number 2. Louis Tollin and Nagisa Yashikawa in row 3. Joshua Jablonski and Dylan Kratzky in row 4. Don Rathburn, Tom Whitmer on row 5. Roy Kimbra and Mark Cooper on row number 6. Matthew Gracie and Jonathan Jorge in row 7. Row 8, Hank McCarthy and John Dinkle. It's waiting on a couple of cars to get loaded up here on the grid.
Chris, for a second, I thought Greg would do what he did in Okayama and start at the rear. But no, he's not doing it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know that you want to take that chance here at a newer racetrack for everybody. And in one of the, I mean, we're getting a little bit later in the week, so everybody has some starts this week. But this really is this time slot and the 3 p.m. Eastern time slot tomorrow, which is kind of the more European of the time slots. It really, you're kind of past the point of, I'm going to start at the back. It's go time here in the strength of field races.
I mean, you know, this circuit has like 3 long straights where you can overtake. So, you know, Austria has always given us some great action, whether it's Formula 1 or MotoGP, and it's certainly going to give us here right now. Unlike Phoenix Arizona, where it's a gunslinger duel, here it's a sword fight, and I'll let you take the command.
Field's going to make their way off the final corner down the front straightaway, and as always, race fans, the start of this one is all yours. up in the scorebooks, and Greg Seitz will be your race leader by a full second over Mike Holler, Andy Corson, Nikita Lastochkin, and Joshua Jablonski, your top 5. That battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th going to be a pretty good one here as they start to make the run up the hill and into the tight right-hander.
Oh. For a moment, I thought the free was going too wide.
Lastochkin and Corson get a battle side by side, now running down the hill. And again, Sebastian, like you talked about in the intro here, a lot of right-hand corners here. You almost could kind of use a little bit of an oval-type setup here.
Yeah.
And I had shades of Albon on Hamilton last season right there. That was almost bad.
Lastochkin still going to fight side by side with Joshua Jablonski.
Oh no, oh this is going to go end well. Oh no.
Very aggressive driving here at the end of lap number 2. Seeing trouble for John Dinkle. He went off track, came back on track, and then was showing as having crashed here. Let's see if we can get you a Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay of that. Got it off into the grass, clips the outside wall. And you can see the left front suspension really bent out on that one. Dinkle going to have to take the tow back to the pit area. Here's Lastochkin battling with Nagisa Yashikawa. Lastochkin going backwards here, down 2 spots from the drop of the green flag. Joshua Jablonski, your biggest mover of the race, up 3.
What's really interesting is like you can see sometimes the car because you don't get track limit. Whoa! Well, that must be a little track limit incident. You see sometimes they put sometimes the whole car on the curb. You're allowed to do that. It helps you do the corner a bit, but don't be too greedy or else it's an off track.
Yeah, it's very easy to go over that line, and with a limited number of incident points available to these drivers, you really can't make that mistake too many times. 21 laps is a long race here around the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah, the lap. Go, James.
Yeah, thankfully they've done a lot of work in the off-season between Season 2 and Season 3 to lessen the off-tracks and how... Oh my god, now we're going through... What a move! Look at this!
Absolute insanity at the front of the field. This is the fight for second. Holler, Corsa, Jablonski. They're still 3 wide. Oh, they make contact. Corsa goes around. Oh, what a tough break for Andy Corsa. Show you the look on this one here again into the corner.
If already 2 wide is complicated here in real life, then 3 wide it ain't gonna go through, but man! I mean, now I can see no real comparison between this track being some kind of an oval, because wow!
Well, I think a big part of this here is the big hole that these cars punch in the air. The draft effect is just absolutely massive for these cars.
It is. It is.
Wow, Holler with the big bizzle down the front stretch.
Oh, it's a hornet's nest down there. Oh god. Oh no, here we go again. Will they go freeway again?
Again, Holler back now, losing the spot to Lewis Tollin. Tollin going to have the spot as they get up into turn number 3.
Oh. What happened?
Everybody settles down. They start behaving themselves here. Greg Seitz, by the way, is long gone.
Ooh, that's a terrible place to be.
The lead already up to 6 seconds. Oh, as Mike Holler gets off the racetrack, he's going to lose a couple of spots in the process.
Yeah, I saw that coming. He missed the apex by a mile. Well, it goes back to what we've always been talking about, compounding mistakes. Mike almost made a really bad one. That could have been really costly if he was just a little bit wider on that.
Tries to throw the soft block down to the inside. He's going to have to run wide on corner exit.
That's a 1X.
I think he's just in to have not an X. Hang on.
Take a look here. Trouble on the racetrack for Roy Coimbra. Oh, just a little bit of a spin. Bangs the front wing off.
The 4 and the 13 make contact.
Oh, and now we've got trouble here for Mike Holler. See what happened here to the number 4 machine down on the run to turn number 1. Gonna have the 13 of Nikita Lastochkin to the inside. Big contact. Holler almost gets up and over. This race goes from bad to worse for Mike Holler. He's got to feel like an absolute pinball out there.
I mean, I really don't know what was going through Mike's head. It looked like to me the 13 was like completely alongside and made his presence dive. Wow, Mike is whoa, what is...
Wow. Cue the air raid sirens. The dive bomb up to the inside. Tom Whitmer going to fight back.
Wow. I just love how this race has just become unintelligible screaming from the three of us with all that.
and some French screaming. We always have some French bread.
Eighth.
Why am I talking about bread? Why am I talking about bread? I'm hungry.
8th to 11th. Now fighting tight here. That's Mike Holler, Andy Corsa, Tom Whitmer, and Matthew Gracie. Both Holler and Corsa down 6 spots from where they started this race. Slide up towards the front here because we're going to have a battle for third. Nagisa Yashikawa getting in on the rear wing of Louis Tollin. Heading up towards turn number 3. Yashikawa going to try the outside run here.
He's keeping.
That's a gutsy move.
But yeah, he just.
Oh, they're going to make contact. Yashikawa goes around.
Oh, God, man.
Yashikawa into the fence. His front wing is torn off. Louis Tollin has some pretty significant damage as well. That car very, very slow making its way around the racetrack. Good Lord, this is abject insanity.
What is going on this race? This is...
Hey, Chris, hang on. Are we sure we're not at Daytona or Talladega?
Oh, my goodness. Let's reset the field here because we've now got a little bit of settling down that has happened. Greg Seitz is the race leader by almost 7 seconds over Joshua Jablonski. The Rust Racing number 1 has missed all the excitement back here behind him. Running away and hiding on lap number 1. In fact, he sets a new fastest lap of the race that last time by 1 minute 26.76 seconds. Joshua Jablonski is up 5 spots from where he started this race, running about a second or so behind the pace set by Greg Seitz. Got to go back another almost 4 seconds to pick up third place running Dylan Kratzky. Also, again, up 5 spots from the start of the race. Nikita Lastochkin actually fell back about 4 positions very early on in this race. However, with the attrition ahead of him, Lastochkin now back just outside the podium positions, currently running in the 4th position. 5th belongs to the 6 of Don Rathburn. Another driver, he's up 4 spots from where he started this race. Going to head back about 5 seconds back down the road to pick up Tom Whitmer in the Arrow McLaren-esque colors there. Andy Corsa down 4 spots from where he started the race. He's had contact already, getting off track as well. Back there running in the 7th position. 8th belongs to Matthew Gracie, not too far back the road from Corsa. Gracie also up 5 spots from the start of the race. There's Mike Holler, who's the golden bowling ball of the night so far, catching in on Gracie. He's got more pace than him, but he's just going to have to be pretty intelligent about how he's going to try to make the passes here. We'll follow this battle up the hill into turn number 1. Oh, Holler, big moment on corner exit. What a save, Mike Holler. That car is not behaving the way he wants it to this evening. Slide back the racetrack now. We'll find the number 16, a Mark Cooper, running in the 10th position. Hank McCarthy runs in 11th as he comes under the Red Bull Bridge. Lewis Tollin out of the race here in 12th. Rui Coimbra in 13th. Nagisa Yashikawa out of the race. John Dinkle still on the track. And Jonathan Jorge not completing a lap. He'll finish in the 16th position. Sliding up the racetrack here, we'll pick up Tom Whitmer and Andy Corsa. These two cars separated by only a half second. And guys, we've had more passing and action in this race in the first 10 laps than we've seen in the entire F1 season so far this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, man, it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down. Pass here, contact. Ah!
Yeah, I feel like this whole race was one big air raid siren with some of the moves we've been seeing. And Seb, I know all the 3 wide moves. It has got to make you smile, Mr. Icon 3 wider yourself.
Yeah, it doesn't about since I last went 3 wide, but I mean, I said like this was a sword fight. This isn't a sword fight. This is a dog fight. Like they're flying Messerschmitts, Spitfires, Mustang, and everything, all that, and just juking it out.
Oh, big wiggle from the 7th.
Yeah, Whitmer having a pretty big moment there at the top of the hill at turn 3. Once you get up the top of the hill, it's really a pretty big run downhill the rest of the way here. I would imagine, guys, that unless your name is Greg Seitz, setting up the race car for how you want to have that, where do you want the car to handle better? The uphill spots, the downhill spots. We've already talked about the right versus lefts, but it can be a challenge getting the car to go uphill versus downhill the way you want it to as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of the harder tracks to set up because you have to find the right balance between having it trimmed out for the fast straightaways and the uphill, but also being able to handle all the curvy bits in Sector 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you really have to just kind of compromise what matters more to you and your driving style.
I'll be honest with you, James. I'd rather have a car that is fast on the straight so that it's easier for me to overtake and to defend.
Our buddy Ziggy checking in here on YouTube. I would enjoy that, but at least the shift I'm supervising and I are all listening at work, all 2 of us. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate it. Let us know where you're watching from, and hopefully you're enjoying the show here as we're going to wrap up our Thursday night of live iRacing coverage. And hey, guys, it's almost like this race had almost the opposite feel to the Ezra race at Milwaukee, where that race went long green flag run to start, and then all the action happened at the end. We're probably in a position now where we're not going to see a ton of side-by-side beating and banging here the rest of the way.
Hey, could you not?
Chris, it's the reverse of last week. Last week I was salty, but
let's change the subject. Nikita Lashtochkin picking up the third spot here from Dylan Kratzky. Lastochkin making the pass there into turn 12, I guess it was, coming around 13 and 14. Then they're going to run up the hill. And Nikita Lastochkin now going to move himself into a podium position. Another incident out here on the race course. See what happened to Tom Whitmer here in the number 7. Clips the sausage curb going into 1, loops it around. He's going to be able to continue, and this fight for third will continue to rage here. Lastochkin and Kratzky starting to make their way down the hill into the last couple of corners.
I can only imagine that the great side just comes back in the pit and just goes see all the other drivers, and it's like, what did I miss? And like he sees all the cars on the bead that have like pieces missing and all that. It's just like, oh.
So we'll stay here with this battle. Looks like Andy Corsa may have gotten off the racetrack here. Let's get you a Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay on that one. Man, same thing. Just loops it on corner entry into turn number 1. Corsa going to lose 6th to Mike Collard, 7th to Matthew Gracie. Tom Whitmer also coming past as Corsa gets back on the racetrack.
Tell you what, Chris, like for a track that seems really simple, I mean, it's a short track with like, what, 9 corners, 10 corners? Like, a lot of our drivers today are getting trapped by this little track.
Yeah, taking a look here, I guess it depends on what you're counting as corners here. The official FIA designation says that turn 2 lies somewhere between 1 and 3. That basically is a straight run up the hill to that hard hairpin, uphill blind hairpin.
Yeah, I was just preparing a snide remark in reply to that, so thank you for pointing it out.
Yeah. Okay, so the fact is they have this kind of turn 2 because for the MotoGP class, it's more of a turn, a little kink. It was also a terrifying crash last year that was almost deadly. Like, ooh, that was nasty.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I know exactly which one you're talking about.
So taking a look here, the official diagram does call turn 2 Remus. That's the one at the top of the hill there. Let's pick up our race leader here, Greg Seitz. We haven't given the guy a ton of camera time here.
Oh, Dylan spun!
Trouble on the racetrack for Dylan Kratzky. What a tough break for that car. He's going to lose 4th to Don Rathburn. Get you the Hot Shoe Racewear instant replay. See what happened here to Dylan Kratzky. Man, just a little bit too much throttle on corner exit. That's one of the really tricky parts, guys, where the corner starts to get off camber feeling as it turns down the hill as you're going on corner exit.
Indeed, the car can be pretty loose in this corner.
These 3 cars you see on the screen all fighting for position. That's Tom Whitmer in 7th, Matthew Gracie in 8th, and Andy Corsa in the 9th position. Already working lap 15 of 21. Seeing trouble on the racetrack for Don Rathburn. He was running in the 4th position. The Hot Shoe Racewear instant replays getting the big time work out here. This is heading down into turn 3, just kind of locks it up, gets over the sausage curbs, comes back on the racetrack, not going to lose a position. Nice save there by Rothburn.
So I don't know if going wide this turn gives you 1 second penalty. I think it does, but I'm not sure anymore.
Seeing Andy Corser there coming around Matthew Gracie for the 8th position. So let's pick up our race leader, Greg Seitz. He's already through turn 1, making his way up the hill, kind of through this little left-hand kink. Turn 2 was Remus here at the top of the hill. Long, straight run down to turn 3. That's Gosser. Seitz dispatching the lap traffic with ease. Into turn number 3. Then quickly through 4, short run down to Power Horse. That's turn 5. Starts sector 3 of the racetrack. In through Nicky Lauda. This is turn 6. And on the exit brings you out to number 7. Then the short run down the hill to Jochen Rindt. That is turn number 8 here at the Red Bull Ring. And you finish the corner with A1, corner number 9, and puts you back out onto the front straightaway here. Seitz now putting lap number 17 on the scoreboard. He set a fastest lap of the race last time by 126.51. This last lap, 126.59. He's a full second faster than everybody else in the field. The lead now up to 12.5 seconds over Joshua Jablonski.
Wow. James, like, can you go down? Maybe you should go down after the race and just disassemble that number 1 car, because wow, where is it finding all horsepower and speed? Like, we need to disassemble it. Like, come on, let's go, man.
I tell you
Seriously.
what, let's go on board with him here. It's just so smooth listening to his throttle applications. So Greg Seitz, your race leader by now almost 15 seconds over Joshua Jablonski. The fast lap times keep getting faster and faster. Shaves another 0.2 off of that lap time, 126.47. Now the quick lap for Greg Seitz. Here's Joshua Jablonski, who's running in the 2nd position. Up 5 spots from the start of the race. Good run so far for that number 3 machine, taking advantage of some of the issues drivers ahead of him have had on the racetrack, but able to open up about a 5-second gap back to 3rd place running Nikita Lastochkin. Nikita driving this car in the real world. Pretty cool to see one of the guys doing this thing last weekend at Mid-Ohio, jumping in the car here at the Red Bull Ring on the iRacing platform. And I tell you what here, guys, it really goes to show you, maybe not from a pure physics standpoint or anything else, but just learning racetracks and logging seat time, working on your racecraft. iRacing really is a real-world tool that drivers all around the world are using.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you've seen it with Lewis and how he's been pointing out how much more he's been training these last few weeks, trying to take the edge back over off of Max Red Bull. I mean, with limited testing in all the real-world series, you cannot afford to avoid iRacing and helping build your experience and craft here, because you don't have much opportunity to do it on the track. So the more knowledge you can get for yourself before a race weekend, which is usually the only track time you're going to have, you need to know at all you can.
Yeah, I'm going to add on that, especially for Romain Grosjean. When he started in IndyCar, he did a lot of iRacing to prepare himself for his opening rounds for the IndyCar Championship. And I think it's doing quite well, you know?
That's it. Like we said, it's not necessarily learning the exact feel or anything else, but even just familiarizing with yourself with some of the looks and feels of what the car is going to behave like, what the sense of speed can look like from inside the car. It really is a pretty impressive tool here. Seeing trouble for Tom Whitmer. He got off the racetrack. That's going to let Andy Corsa come by, claim position number 7.
Ooh.
And we'll pick this fight up because it has not gone anywhere. Coming out of turn 2 up at the top of the hill.
Oh, I think the 5 just spun. Nagisa.
Take a look here. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Let's get you the replay here on Nagisa Yashikawa. Little bit too much curb on the exit of corner number 1. He's going to loop that car around. And the man of the hour here got a great battle, but it's back there for 7th. So we're going to follow in with our race leader for the last. We haven't shown him much for the last little part of the lap. Greg Seitz has been absolutely phenomenal once again here. He's down to 126.32 seconds. Just unreal what Greg Seitz is doing to this field tonight. He's doing it again week after week. Coming through the A1 corner, up the start finish, straight for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. Seitz putting on the big show down the front straightaway. He will claim the win here at the Red Bull Ring.
He did a Verstappen. Oh my goodness. That is epic.
Pick up.
Imagine if you wrecked it.
Second place finisher, Joshua Jablonski. He claims 2nd, and there's your 3rd place finisher tonight, Nikita Lastochkin. Best finish of the broadcast events that Nikita has been in. Congratulations to him on the finish. There's Dylan Kratzky coming home in the 4th position. Just behind him, Don Rathburn in 5th. Here's Mike Holler, the golden bowling ball of the night, in the 6th position. 7th going to belong to Tom Whitmer, coming around Andy Corsa on the final lap. Corsa comes home in the 8th position, and there is your 9th place finisher, Mark Cooper. And rounding out the field here, rounding out your top 10 cars anyway, still finishing his lap, the number 15 of Hank McCarthy. McCarthy comes around to complete his lap, and that will conclude things here from the Red Bull Ring. Let's get you the results from tonight's race. Greg Seitz gets the win by 17.178 seconds over Joshua Jablonski. Third, Nikita Lashtochkin, Dylan Kratzky, Don Rathburn, your top 5. 6 through 10 to Mike Collar, Tom Whitmer, Andy Corsa, Mark Cooper, and Hank McCarthy. Matthew Gracie, Roy Coimbra, John Dinkle, Lewis Tollin, and Nagisa Yashikawa back through the 15th position. 16th belongs tonight to Jonathan Jorge. So all in all, boys, pretty fantastic show we've had here this evening. We'll take a look and see. Looks like we have Greg Seitz available for the interview. Let's get the replay queued up here first, because I want to make sure everybody gets a really good look at that race car. Bring them down into the booth, and absolutely pleased once again to be joined here by Greg Seitz. Greg, you missed the show of shows going on behind you here, but probably pretty glad that you didn't have to deal with any of that carnage.
Yeah, I was flying out front. I don't mind.
Yeah, it seemed like nobody wanted to run second to you throughout the course of the race here, but once again, that Rust Racing number 1 was just absolutely the class of the field by a very wide margin.
Yeah, it's a great track. I practiced a fair amount here, trying to figure out where the actual limits of the track were, and I think I figured it out.
Yeah, and now at this point, the points chase, you're running away with that one as well. You had a 100-point lead coming into the week, or at least coming into the race tonight anyway, and you're picking up another big load of points on the strength of a pretty decent strength of field here tonight.
Yeah, that's good to hear. There's also another strength of field tomorrow, so both of those I try to make just to try to increase my chances. But yeah, it's been a good season so far. I've had pace, and my races have gone really cleanly, so I've been pretty lucky.
That's been perhaps the most impressive part. We were reading off your stats line earlier tonight, but in 9 starts, only 8 total incidents. I mean, you're not even putting a wheel off track. Is it starting to get that feel of a season where just things are going to keep going right in a pretty big way for you?
I don't ever want to say that. As soon as I say that, you know what's going to happen. So, I'm not taking anything for granted.
Well, congratulations on
definitely.
Yeah, congratulations on an absolutely fantastic win tonight. Once again, dominating the field, leading every lap from pole. Congratulations on the win. Who do you want to thank?
Thanks for you guys again putting on a great broadcast, and also thanks to my team Rust Racing. It's always great to practice, and we kind of figure things out and how to race side by side together, so that always helps. So yeah.
All right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Seitz, your winner once again here in the Indy Pro 2000 official series. And guys, to wrap things up here, because I don't think we're going to be able to get a hold of second and third here. What did we see tonight? What didn't we see is probably the easier question to ask.
Well, I'd just like to point out that little parting shot we did just before you asked us this question of Greg all alone out in front with a car spinning in the background. that is how you describe this race. Greg walking away while absolute insanity and chaos and any superlative you can think in that regard happened tonight with some of the most whacked out moves and races we have ever seen in our almost season and a half of covering the Thursday night SOF race.
Yeah, this one has been pretty wild. And Sebastian, we're approaching the halfway point of the season here. I don't think anybody's going to catch Greg Seitz at this point, but what are we looking forward to here over the next couple of weeks? Because, I mean, the schedule is kind of going all over the place in some respects. We were at the Oval last week in Phoenix. We had Red Bull Ring this week. We're going back to Watkins Glen. That place is crazy fast. Hockenheim, which is crazy fast. Iowa Speedway. And then, oh, by the way, we're going to throw in the Chicago Street Course, too.
Oh, the Chicago Street Course. Well, expect some chaos there. That's all I'm going to say. The one I'm looking the most forward, though, like, I'm seeing some very good names. Like, for example, you said Watkins Glen and the Hockenheim, which are pretty great. Circuit Gilles Villeneuve also as week 10, and Autodromo Nazionale Monza. This is just me flexing on you guys.
I will say it this way. It's the schedule is a lot of very fast race cars for this Indy Pro 2000 series coming up here over the rest of the season, and we've got a ton to look forward to. But with that, we're going to start to wrap up our coverage here for the evening. First and foremost, got to say a huge thank you to the folks who helped make these broadcasts possible, including Hot Shoe Racewear. Check them out online at hotshoeracewear.com for the best in workwear, racewear, and streetwear. They will have you looking your best all the time. Promotional products, signs, banners, you name it. Hot Shoe Racewear can get the job done for you. Find them online at hotshoeracewear.com. Tell Alan and the team that the NRN has sent you. Also, Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Your one-stop shop for the best in floor coatings and treatments, whether it's your porch, your deck, anything. I mean, your shop will never have looked better than when the folks at Zone Garage get their hands on it. Their polyurethane coatings and all that kind of stuff. I don't know the tech behind it, but I know it's guaranteed for 25-plus years, even the top coat on that stuff. Check them out online on Facebook at Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Coming up tomorrow night, real-world racing action, weather permitting, from the Linda Speedway in Jonestown, Pennsylvania. Following that up on Sunday night, we're back with the High Slide Cup Series, kicking off their playoff drive. Down to just a handful of races left in the season for those fine folks as well. Don't want to miss any of that coming up 8 o'clock Sunday night right here on the National Racing Network. But with that, for Sebastian Kinder, James Watson, and everybody here at the National Racing Network, my name is Chris Graham. It's been a pleasure to have you with us this evening. We will talk to you soon. Have a great night, everybody.